Pay close attention to this video. A man was together with his wife, and he was very happy that soon his wife would be giving birth to his child. Meanwhile, the man's mother was in the background preparing something, and the man's daughter seemed to be very surprised at what her grandmother was doing. The man's mother then sits down at the table with him. The man then tells his mother that he needs to finish eating soon as he was late for work. The mother then tells the man that he should have a coffee that his wife had prepared, as it was very tasty. The wife asks if the mother wanted to have coffee too, but she said no, and the man is sad that he has to drink coffee alone. When the man starts drinking the coffee his wife had prepared for him, he realizes that something was wrong and then asks what had happened. He said that coffee was really bad, which makes his wife very surprised, because she hadn't done anything different with that coffee. The man said she should have done something different with that coffee as it was so bad. He wasn't going to take it, but the wife said she hadn't done anything and asked if her husband's mother had done anything. The mother says that she had done nothing and that she knew what was going on there. The mother begins to tell her son that she knew what had happened there, because her son's wife did not pay attention to the things she did. She says that her wife spent the whole day fiddling with her cell phone and that this caused her not to pay attention to the things she did for her son, and that way she ended up making coffee as bad as that. At that point, the little girl said she knew what had happened, but soon they said that it was a matter for the adults and that she should leave. The wife then says that she spent all day working and that she didn't have time to be on the phone and that her mother-in-law was lying, but the mother says that she knew what was happening there and that she had noticed it before. The man then interferes with the 2 o'clock argument and says that his mother was right and that this was not the first time his wife had done something like that. He said that she had already been wrong before, that her mother should have been right that time. The mother then says that from that day on, she was the one who would prepare the food that her son would eat. Hearing this, the wife is furious and leaves. The man then says that he was going to work even though he hadn't eaten anything, and his mother apologizes, saying that it was her fault that he hadn't eaten anything. Sometime later, the girl and her mother were sitting on the porch and the wife was sleeping. At that moment, the mother appears, and when she sees what was happening, she throws a glass of water at his wife. She then says that she couldn't stay in her house like that as she needed to work to stay there, and that she couldn't sleep while she had work to be done, but the wife says she was just resting. The mother says that she had many things to be done in that house, but the wife says that she had already done a lot that day and that now she was tired because she was pregnant. The mother then says that this was no excuse for her not to be working, because when she was pregnant, she also worked a lot and that the wife was very lazy for not working. She then proceeds to tell her wife that she didn't know how her son had chosen her to marry and that she was against it from the beginning. At that moment, the man arrives and asks his mother what was going on there. The man's mother then proceeds to say that his wife was very clumsy and that when she went to do laundry, she ended up getting wet. The mother says that the wife was a very clumsy person and that she was good for nothing. The wife is furious at this, but says nothing and leaves. When she leaves, the mother keeps telling her son that she didn't want to be like that anymore, because all the wife didn't do was she who ended up having to do it. She says that when the wife doesn't finish washing the clothes properly, she was the one who ended up having to do it and that she couldn't take it anymore. The mother says he was going to talk to his wife, and the mother says she doesn't want her wife there with her daughter anymore and asks them to leave. The man then tells his mother that he was only there because he needed his mother's help, that they would soon be gone. The mother then says that she couldn't take that situation anymore and asks her son to solve it and then leaves. The man is saddened by the whole situation and then sits down with his daughter. At this point, the girl had told her father that her grandmother was lying and that she was the one who had done it, not her mother. Sometime later, the man was walking down the stairs along with his wife and their daughter, his mother, so he says that his son was making the right choice as he should let his wife go. She tells him to wait for the child to be born and then take a DNA test to see if he really was the father of the child. She said that since the little girl was not his daughter, he should do this to make sure, and if when he is sure that he really was the father, his wife could move back in with them. The man then says that they would not come back there, and this makes the mother very happy, but he says that he would not come back either. He then says he wouldn't let his wife leave alone. Then, our show that earlier the little girl had told her father that it was not her who had wet her mother, but her grandmother. She then says that the other day, when her father had complained about the coffee, it was her grandmother who had done it and not her mother. The man is surprised to hear what his daughter was saying and then asks why she didn't say anything sooner, but she says that when she tried to tell her father, he asked her to go to the bedroom and not say anything else. The man then asks his mother if that's really what she thought of his wife. He says that little girl was his daughter, even though she was not his biological daughter. He says he would never abandon those two things. He reasoned, loved him very much, and that he would go along with them. The man's mother then tells him that he would soon regret what he was doing and that he would move back in with her, but he says that would never happen because his mother was a terrible person.